This is us insane.
Carson's Corner is a black LGBTQ-owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises such as Dragon Ball, King of the Hill, Sailor Moon, and of course and most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at carsoncorner.com. Link will be down below.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the UltraQuest podcast here on the Morphin Network. And it's the last UltraQuest podcast of the year. Oh my God. Can you believe it? The year's almost over.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh boy. I'm Mike, Time Rider Zero host, and with me is Miguel, that blue dinosaur guy. Not just any blue dinosaur, it's that blue dinosaur guy. And how is that blue dinosaur guy doing?
Doing quite well. I mean, just had a pretty busy day at work, and other than that, I'm ready to ring in the new year.
Yeah, and we hope that you, our lovely audience, are also having a wonderful time watching our videos. I know, like, you guys are probably prepping for New Year's, probably flying home from Christmas or doing whatever else you're doing. But those of you that are watching us live, thank you for taking the time to watch us as we're airing. If you're watching it sometime in the future, well, hello, people of the future. How's the new year? So yeah, it's almost New Year's. 2023 is almost over. So let me ask you this: were you able to complete everything on your previous New Year's resolution list?
I don't ever think I made a resolution list, really.
Really?
Nah.
You didn't resolve to anything for 2023?
Nah, not that I'm aware of. I mean, kind of just basically just been working on self-improvement, and that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
kind of just keep it a consistent goal.
Right. Yeah. I mean, no, I would agree that, like, you know, like, if you want to, like, really make a change, you start right now. You don't wait. Like, if you come up with a list item for your resolution in like, let's say December 25th, don't wait a whole week to do it. Like, start right now. Get a 7-day head start, you know. But even if you make your goal, like, literally at 11:59 p.m. tomorrow, as of the time of this recording, you know, just make sure your goals are something that are manageable, attainable, and something that isn't too easy, but also not impossible to complete. Like if your New Year's resolution, okay, like, let's say if it involves going to the gym, like, don't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna, like, lose 20 pounds." Make it something like, "I'll go to the gym twice a week." Don't even have to go to the gym every day. Just go twice a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something attainable. Last year, I made a list of 10 items on my New Year's resolution. If you see my IG story when I was still in Tulum, you know what I'm talking about. Then you know what I'm talking about. I only have one thing left on my list. I'm cutting it, like, really close. I'm almost done with that list item. But, you know, the next 18 hours. No, wait. The next 36 hours will determine whether I will succeed in completing my entire list. But yeah, I was able to hold the plank for 3 minutes. I was able to do a single pull-up. I was able to eat healthier, and yeah, like that. I got all 19 volumes of Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, the only thing left on my list is to read 20 books, and I'm almost done with my 19th book. So yeah. Almost there, guys. But how we ringing off the almost end of the year is with Ultraman, episode 18, The Towering Terror. Dun dun dun. Honestly, I feel like the word terror probably works better with episode 16 than it does.
It does.
Because, like, at least, you know, that episode actually deals with, you know, the adrenal gland.
Yeah, it does do that. Work better with that episode.
Now, I mean, the repercussions of the monster for this episode are pretty bleak too, which is just not the same kind of bleak, but yeah. So, and in case anyone has noticed, I did get a T-shirt for our podcast. So this
Nice.
nice, yeah. Yeah. So representing from now on, I'll be wearing the shirt on the podcast moving forward, unless I get some kind of like alternate Ultraman thing. Like, let's say hypothetically, if next year during Morphicon they have like an actor from Ultraman Dyna show up and like, oh, we're giving away Ultraman Dyna shirts to attendees, and I'd be like, okay, cool. And then we do Ultraman Dyna. I might wear that Ultraman Dyna shirt, just like how we got those Kamen Rider Gaim shirts.
Yep.
Yeah. So like when if I can represent, I'll try to represent. But this is the only Ultraman shirt I have as of right now. But for this podcast, it's the only one I really need. So, it is what it is. But I'm glad, this shirt got made so we can keep representing. All right. So, what are your thoughts on this episode?
Overall, I thought, it was a pretty decent episode. We get to see Gento kind of, although not directly, but indirectly kind of like strengthen his bond with his son because, him actually wearing the handmade bracelet that his son made for him, and then, well, I don't want to spoil anything for the end of the episode yet, but
no, like I think one particular thing that happened in this episode was something we've been waiting. Is one of two things we've been waiting a really long time to see on the show, and so I'm really giddy to discuss this episode.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait for that. Technically this is a 2-part episode, but I would say 90% of it just wraps up in a neat little bow this episode, so I'm not going to take away any limelight from anyone that needs that limelight and that targeted the target of my comment. We'll get to them when we get to them. But yeah, so we start off with this thing. Honestly, this gives me Diglett vibes from Pokemon.
Kind of does.
Yeah, because it just keeps popping up everywhere. And, also completely separate, given the fact that there are multiple of these. It does feel convenient that we are a certain number of episodes behind, because this week on Kamen Rider Gotchard, we did have an Orochi Amalgam. So it's like, oh, look at that. We have not one, but 2 multi-headed snakes this week.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't know if you could tell, but it's spewing a gas. What is this gas? It's not quite clear, but there's definitely some volatile sulfides involved. So I'm guessing it's skunk spray.
Could be.
Could be skunk. I mean, same contents.
Yeah.
Like they both use volatile sulfides. So here we are. And yes, this also does mean that and it's been established that whenever the GGF tries to attack this thing, it just spews even more gas, which means that they have to back off. So it's been hanging there for a week now. Damn. Like, y'all should evacuate, dude.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, y'all. I mean, some people have, but clearly Gento's family hasn't. I'm like, why? You'd think that as the family of a GGF staff member, more importantly, members of a scarred, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, would be able to evacuate with like priority or something. But nope, they're still there all week. But of course, Gento is tired as he always is, and we might start noticing that this is going to become a pattern here. Gento is constantly tired now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this time he forgot to wear the friendship bracelet his son gave him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever felt so tired that like you kind of neglected things that you need to focus on?
Yeah, I've had that moment, like where when I get home finally, I'm just like, okay, I need that, but then I wind up falling asleep, and I'm just like, ah, crap, I gotta get that done the moment I wake up.
Yeah, no. The worst part of it is like when you involuntarily fall asleep. It's like
Yeah.
it's like you just want to like sit on the couch, but then you just completely pass out. Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah,
like
that's happened before.
yeah, no, that is the worst because like I've been prone to that, and it's like it's not that I don't want to take care of my responsibilities. It's just that it freaking I'm just too damn tired, and like it's just
Yeah, understandable.
it's completely involuntary, and it sucks that it is involuntary because it's like it's not that you don't want to do it; it's just you've lost your ability to do it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but unfortunately, like when you have a family, like say having a son or having a dog, you don't really get to make that kind of excuse.
That is true.
Yeah. So Gento's in hot water. Meanwhile, the GGF tries to, play whack-a-mole using a tank and a jet, but it goes just about as well as you think it would. And the crazy part is this thing just like yoinks the tank up into the air and it flies into this camera crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that news crew was harassing Gento earlier, and that he had to outrun them, but no one deserves to have a tank fall on them.
That's true.
At the end of the day, yeah. So that's a thing, and so we come up with some ideas on how to deal with the toxic gases because the toxic gases are spreading everywhere. So. Bondo gets the idea of like using Earth Garon to be an air purifier because apparently the gases keep the kaiju alert. So maybe by purifying the gases, they'd be able to fight it off. And yes,
so it's kind of like neutralize its abilities.
Yeah. And I think this is now as good of a time as any. This is not a Teraraki episode.
He kind of had a bit of focus in 16, like because he was the one that discovered that monster's weakness because he's the one that fell victim to its fear toxin at first.
Yeah, but it was more of an Emmy episode because she had to pilot Earth Garon for the first time, and she had to find out that like her biggest fear was herself, basically.
Yeah,
I would say it's more of an Emmy episode because then you may as well say that like. Rainbow Piers Part 2 was a Teraraki episode just because he has like 5 minutes of like talking to the professor.
Yeah.
Like, and again, I feel bad for this guy because we're 18 episodes in. There's only 25-ish episodes. And this is still more than I would say, and this is still more than what I could say about Kamen Rider Gotchard, because it's like, yeah, it's crazy how I'm like more invested in tuning in every week to watch Blazar just to see if Teraraki finally gets a focus episode, as opposed to Hotaro and Rine from Gotchard, who I'm like, okay, what are we up to this time? Yeah, because it's like I don't know about you, but like I'm struggling to watch Gotchard.
I haven't even started Gotchard yet. I mean, I've been keeping up with King Oger though.
Yeah, no, King Oger's fantastic. But like
Yeah.
Gotchard though, it's what I think what's especially disappointing is that it involves cards and alchemy. How do you mess that up?
Well, after how good Geats was, it had a lot of big shoes to fill.
Yeah, it's not even just the fact that it's after Geats, which by the way, Geats does play a big role in that. It's the fact that you also have Dawn Brothers and King Oger. Like you had let me put it. Let me try to elaborate. Geats was fantastic. Dawn Brothers was fantastic. The two of them were fantastic together. Then when King Oger replaced Dawn Brothers, it was still fantastic. And Geats and King Oger were fantastic together.
They were.
But so you got like a 4 square, and like one of those 4 squares does not live up to any of the other 3 squares. Like Gotchard does not live up to Gotchard does not live up to Geats, and it doesn't pair up to King Oger.
It doesn't.
Yeah, like freaking like Ghost did not, like for example, Kamen Rider Ghost, it did not live up to Kamen Rider Drive, but at least it paired up really well to Ju-Oger.
Yeah.
Like so much so that even when they did the crossover episode, like when they had the 2 swords, it's like, wait a minute, why do our swords look similar?
Mm-hmm.
Because you got like the hilt, diagonal square, blade.
Yep.
But like, I mean, Ghost was still not a good season, but at least it paired with the corresponding Kamen Rider. Here, no, it just didn't. Gotchard didn't. It did not live up to Geats. It did not pair up to King Oger, and that makes it harder. Like, and again, like I don't know if it's just Gotchard's just not as good of a season, or is it because we were just so spoiled by higher quality?
Could be. I mean, I think they did undergo a budget cut during the season.
Really? That's crazy. I need to look that up. But I do know that what's it called? What was I gonna say? What I do know is Gotchard is amazing, King Oger is amazing, Dawn Brothers is amazing. Gotchard does not live up to it. I love the cards, I love the chemis, I love the villains. I just cannot. And the thing is, Ultraman is a series that I'm not particularly as fond of as a whole. Like I made a point of it. It's like, because like, let's be honest, Blazar is the furthest I've gotten on any season of Ultraman ever.
Yeah.
If I finish Blazar in about 2 weeks or 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, this will be the first season of Ultraman I've ever finished. Period.
Mm-hmm.
That like while Kamen Rider on the other hand, more of my lifespan, I've been a fan of Kamen Rider than the lifespan I had not being a Kamen Rider fan.
Yeah.
It's like take whatever age I was when I started watching Kamen Rider, multiply by 2. That is still a younger age than my actual age right now. So believe me, it hurts knowing that I am more invested in Blazar than I am at Gotchard. And it's not because I have a problem with Blazar being good. It's because I have a problem with Gotchard being bad.
Yeah.
It's like maybe that's my fear from episode 16. Like the fact that seeing a reality where Ultraman is better than Kamen Rider. Now, don't get me wrong. Again, that phrase is a subjective phrase. I know there's people out there that like Ultraman better than Kamen Rider, but I am the subjective person that believes that Kamen Rider is better than Ultraman. So yeah, it's a nightmare scenario seeing Ultraman be more engaging than Kamen Rider.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts. I don't know how it would appear when that cockatrice tapir kaiju would take the form of, but that hurts me knowing that I'm enjoying I'm enjoying Blazar more than Gotchard. Like that hurts saying out loud, and yet it's there. You know what else hurts? Not getting answers.
Oh yeah, I mean, crack down someone who used to work with their dad.
Yeah, and they still refuse to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, the thing about her dad, it does feel very similar to Go Busters. But yeah, but it is a little bit differently though. I am curious to see like what happened with her dad and like because it's like I don't know, mysterious facility. He disappears. She becomes a superhero, sort of. What happened? Like I want to know. Also, I'm very suspicious of that old dude from episode 14.
So am I.
Yeah, I'm very suspicious. Like I still stand by like the idea that maybe the old dude is like the real villain and not the commander. Like,
Maybe so.
Yeah, it would be too easy if like the commander was the bad guy and the white hair and the old dude is the good guy. Feels too easy. Too easy.
It does.
So let's find out. Let's find out where things go. So yeah, Earth Garon engages with this kaiju, and yeah, it goes just about as well as you expect it to, or does it? Ultraman is doing no better, to be fair. Oh, but there's a point before this where Gento, in full scarred regalia, does like help evacuate the trapped news crew.
Yes.
Yeah, so like that's gonna play a role in a bit. But
Wasn't that the one? Yeah, that's the one he was trying to avoid at the beginning of the episode because he didn't want to do interview questions.
Exactly. That's the one.
Yep.
Yeah, and then that tank dropped on them, and they were trapped in that rubble. Yeah, so it's all connecting. It's all connecting.
Yeah.
It's all connecting. All right. But yeah, Ultraman is struggling, which is new. Well, it's not new for Ultraman, but it is painful to watch because it's basically 3 against 2. And as cool as the theme song looks, we're not seeing that happen here.
True.
Yeah, it's like he's being incapacitated by the snake thing while being crushed by a boulder thing. But then Bondo gets an idea. Wait, the Ultraman sword can generate lightning. Can we use the lightning to ionize the air and purify? Oh yeah, and then in a complete bizarre twist, Earth Garon like pulls up like a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
And he just wrecks that one kaiju. He bails Ultraman in the very next scene, and he continues fighting off the kaiju. It's like, hey, Ultraman, check this out. Your sword, you could use it as a lightning rod to purify the air. Yeah. And so like Earth Garon kicks butt. Finally, Earth Garon kicks butt.
He does, yeah. About time.
Oh, by the way, I just figured out what Earth Garon reminded me of. Like we were like trying to like figure out like what robotic kaiju Earth Garon looks similar to. I just figured it out.
Yeah.
It's the Quantosaurus Rex from Gokaiger.
Oh yeah, the Goju Rex, yeah.
Yeah, Goju Rex, yes. Like that's what it reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I want to take a look at let's see, Mega Force Q-Rex. I want to see. I want to take a quick look at its dino form. Yeah, they look pretty. They have pretty similar head sculpts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mystery solved. Mystery solved. We finally figured it out. We answered the life's mysterious questions, and the answer is Nazca. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're probably thinking yes, no, maybe, I don't know, but the answer is Nazca.
Mm-hmm.
They might be giants.
Can you repeat the question? Yeah.
They might be giants. The answer is Nazca. I mean, I figured out the answer was Nazca like years ago, but I love having that revelation that the answer was Nazca all along. And not just Nazca. Nazca episode 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing says adolescent youth like having a creepy tall dude throw you off a bridge in the middle of a rainstorm.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Now, enough talking about 90s kendo anime. Let's talk about 2000s. Now, oh man, can you believe it's the 20s? Like, you straight up say it's the 20s, but it no longer means 1920s. Feels weird.
Nope.
Feels weird. It's the 20s. And then, in 6 years, it'll be the 30s. We went back in time by moving forward. Okay. Oh man, Chronoception's one hell of a sensation. Okay, but yeah, so Earth Garon, for all intents and purposes, saves the day. He gets the play of the game. He's the GOAT. GG, well played. Earth. Congratulations, Earthy. Congratulations, Earthy. Congratulations, Earthy. Congratulations, Earthy. Wait, hold on. Let me make it a little bit more thematic. Congratulations, Earthy. Congratulations, Earthy. Congratulations, Earthy. Congratulations, Earthy. It's just like I still haven't finished Evangelion. I pretty much stopped watching after like that one friend dies. But I did watch the Mega 64 version though. It was pretty funny. Oh, Steven Universe also did that. Congratulations, Steven. Congratulations, Steven. Congratulations. I can't do Pearl's voice. I'm sorry. I can't do Pearl's voice. It's like literally the one. Okay, first of all, do it for a male VA to do a female voice. That's tough already, but like as far as like Crystal Gems go, yeah, no. Pearl is probably the hardest one for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm not too big on. I mean, like pretty much. I mean, as it is, like pretty much the only like female characters I like to do impressions of are Rita Repulse on Diva Talks. I'm not good enough at doing Alex Borstein to even attempt to do Queen Machina.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, well, that's just you just have to do it. Well, wait, it's the same person who did Lois Griffin.
Yeah. It's like Mondo, were you drinking oil again? No, Machina. Then why are you on the table? You're setting a bad example for Sprocket.
Jeez, yeah. Now someone needs to just edit Mondo with Peter Griffin's voice.
It's like Mondo, what did I tell you to do? not to drink oil at the Council of Evil. And what did you do? Drink oil at the council? Oh, you almost got me there.
Yep.
What is really crazy though is that King Mondo is voiced by the dad from Saban's Masked Rider.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like I could make so many jokes about like Sprocket being adopted.
That you could.
Yeah, because it's like okay, so like they actually because like a lot of people are always like speculating on this, but like they actually did clarify in the show. It's just like a blink and you missed a line, but all three kids are actually adopted. Like the daughter, the son, and Dax, all three of them adopted. Although it doesn't help that like the daughter does look like she might be like half or quarter Asian, so it's like she could have been a real daughter, but then like they would just tell her she was adopted to make Albie feel better. Which is kind of a joke that would happen. It's like my adopted parents were like they wanted to do the Brangelina thing, so they had a biological daughter, but they wanted to look more saintly than they actually were, so they lied and said that she was adopted. But then they finally were able to get an interracial child just to really drive in that Brangelina thing. So they got Albie. But then they thought, how can we one up that? So when they found me, a child who is not even from Earth, a complete different species, they're like, that is our ticket to fame. This is how we're going to one up a Brangelina. And that's why they really adopted me. It wasn't about helping me in my crusade to free Edenoid from my uncle. They just wanted the clout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, at least that's what I imagine would happen. You know, I thought it'd be, yeah.
The villain. Basically, the villain of Masked Rider always looked like a knockoff version of Destro from G.I. Joe.
Yeah. No, I honestly really like the early 2000s CGI version of Destro, where he looks like a liquid metal skull, like well, not a skull, but like he's like yeah, like kind of like the mask from The Mask, but evil and silver chrome, you know, that sort of thing. And yeah, that's true. You know, I will say this. You know what's weird is that Saban's Masked Rider is actually very similar to Japanese Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Look at Yamashiro. Like he's an alien born from humans that evolved from spiders. He comes to Earth, gets adopted by a family. He becomes a motorcyclist, and he's like a big brother figure to the little brother. But then you have like all these aliens show up, and then he has to use his bug powers that were from his species in order to fight them. And he has a psychokinetic link to the bugs that he evolved from. So Dax can communicate with insects, while Yamashiro can communicate with spiders telekinetically. But they both have a grandpa that they can communicate with telepathically. Except in Spider-Man, his grandpa took the form of an actual spider.
Yeah.
So, they both have a car, they both have a motorcycle, and one of them has a giant robot, but the other one becomes Kamen Rider J, so technically that counts.
That's true.
So, yeah, I submit to you that Saban's Masked Rider is not actually an American adaptation of Black RX. It's an American adaptation of Japanese Spider-Man using a Black RX skin.
Yeah.
Does it make it better? No. No, it doesn't.
It does not.
But it's like, you know, anything can look better if you just like close one eye, tilt your head to the side, close the other eye. Better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Dragon Ball Evolution. See, it's not actually a Dragon Ball adaptation. It takes place in the near future where like us anime weebs grew up and had our own kids. So we named our kids after Dragon Ball after like anime characters. So Goku is not actually Goku. Goku is actually some random kid that someone else named Goku because they were a Dragon Ball Z fan. Like how in 2012 you had like a bunch of baby girls all named Khaleesi because of the popularity of Game of Thrones. By the way, how's that working out for you guys?
That's what I want to know.
Khaleesi's not even a name. It just means a female Khalasar ruler. It's like naming your daughter Tsaritsa.
Mm-hmm.
Or naming your son Osama.
Ooh,
That's not come out well when it came out of my mouth. I was thinking Osama Sentai. Like OH and then Sama, like the honorific. Phonetically, it did not come out the way I expected.
It does not.
I'm in pain right now from okay. So end of the day, Gento finally meets the son in the park, and the son's happy because turns out there was video footage of you rescuing people, so Engineer Corps.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, sometimes even the Engineer Corps have to go out on the field to help out when we're spread too thin, and I'm trying to figure out, is his wife buying it, or is she just playing along? I could interpret it in both ways.
Yeah.
But I still want a definitive answer. Does she actually believe his bogosity? Or is she just playing along for the son's sake? And if that's the latter, can you imagine if they pull a Mrs. Doubtfire and say, yeah, you know what, Gento, you've been lying to me. Like, you've been fighting aliens on the front lines, and you were not being honest about it. I'm leaving you. It's like
maybe, I don't know.
It's like, because like I know people were like trying to justify something about like Jamie's mom from Jingle All the Way, where it's like, I'm gonna act surprised because I was just essayed by my neighbor. So I'm gonna let my son have this moment by making him think that he's Turbo Man, and I'm gonna act surprised with him. But this doesn't change the fact that my husband lied to me. I wonder if they're gonna go that route with Blazar. But at least we know one thing. Gento has the heart and the lungs. Because he's Kamen Rider Heart, as it turns out.
That's true.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it right away, but it's the same actor who played Heart in Drive. So I'm glad we mentioned Drive a few minutes ago. But yeah, Daddy, you're my hero. You're like Turbo Man. Can you imagine if there was a Ultraman Turbo?
Oh man!
Like you could rearrange that and say Ultra Turbo Man. Just like
you could.
Just like how Nicolas Cage is common Ghost Rider.
True.
Yeah. No, I still can't believe that Nicolas Cage is a Kamen Rider fan. That is awesome.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, like he was at freaking Anime Jungle buying Kamen Rider Ghost stuff. That is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I hope to meet him someday, and Keanu Reeves too.
That's pretty dope.
No, I really should see Paddington 2 at some point, 'cause I still haven't seen Paddington 1. But yeah, meanwhile, the gray-haired dude is notified that Emmy has contacted her father's colleague from the college. And so it begins. I'm like, can you like not be subtle? Can you be a little bit more subtle? And then later on, turns out these things are still around. I'm still giving Earth Garrow the W. Okay,
Yeah.
You know, I'm giving him the W. I've waited far too long. I'm not taking this away from him.
True.
We waited 18 episodes. Technically 16 because he first appeared in episode 3. Fully active. So I'm gonna give him that. I still need Teraraki to have his time in the sun. So,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is a Gento focused episode. So, clip show episode, Henri, episode 14, Emmy, episode 15, Gento's son.
Yeah.
16, Emmy, 17, Gento, 18, Gento. Yeah. Yeah. Let's hope that Teraraki will finally get his own episode.
Mm-hmm.
Can it please be by episode 20? At least episode 20. I don't want to wait the show is 23 episodes in right now. So yeah, we're slowly creeping in. We're catching up. Please. Episode 20. Make it episode 20. Like I don't want to wait till episode 23 and it turns out he still doesn't have his own episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're just gonna leave that there. So, what are your thoughts? So, what are some of your favorite and least favorite things about this episode?
Well, I did enjoy the fact that seeing like Akun finally get a help out in a significant way with Ultraman against that monster. I mean, the fight scene was pretty cool, and then still kind of the fact that Emmy and the dude with her got kind of like dragged on a little bit and too much.
Yeah,
but I'm glad they're finally like getting on with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but overall, so like maybe 8.5, 9 out of 10 for this episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And let's see. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what's to dislike about this episode. I mean, honestly, at this point, the only thing to dislike about the episode is that it's not a Teraraki episode.
True.
It's like I just want the guy to have one. Just one. I won't even complain if he just gets one. Although, to be fair, Bondo kind of also only had one episode so far. So, yeah. Like, Bondo's like second to last, but at least he had one episode.
Yeah.
But like, Teraraki had 0, dude. It's like being Tristan Taylor for the first 2 seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Mm-hmm.
He does not get any focus episodes until literally the episode he dies.
Dang.
And he's one of the main characters. He appeared on the opening title sequence like since the first episode.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he doesn't technically die. He turns into a monkey, but you don't know that. He's like he falls into a pool of virtual lava.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and that is his first episode. That is his first episode. And I don't think Tristan even gets any more episodes after that.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, so so out of 5 seasons, he literally just gets the one episode where, I mean, yeah, sure, the Big Five use his body to duel for 2 episodes or 3, but it's still not Tristan doing the dueling. It's the Big Five.
Yeah, I mean, or it's kind of like how with Dragon Ball, like if you look at all the Z fighters, Chaozu never got a dub.
Did he?
No, first fight with Krillin, he lost. He didn't qualify in the fight with like the one where Goku fought Piccolo because Mercenary Tao knocked him out.
Right.
Blew himself up fighting Nappa, and then didn't really fight again afterwards.
Yeah, but Chaozu's not really a main character. Now, Tien never got a win. That would be disappointing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Tien, like, it's really cool seeing Tien do the triangle thing against Cell.
Yeah.
But I did notice how in the Tournament of Power, literally the first 4 people to get eliminated from Team 7 are literally all 4 bald characters.
Yeah.
Like, you got Krillin, Tien, Roshi, and Piccolo?
Piccolo, yeah.
Yeah. He
Because 18 was the 5th one, because she sacrificed herself so 17 could stay in.
Yeah. Yeah. And Krillin sacrificed himself so that 18 could stay in. Which means Krillin died for nothing.
He still got a moment to shine. Like, he did knock out a couple people from Universe 4.
Oh, yeah. I love how Roshi got to do that teapot thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, it's crazy how like out of all 10 characters, it's all the 4 bald ones. Well, technically, Frieza's also bald, but for obvious reasons. Honestly, what's even weirder is how like Frieza teamed up with Gohan, and they surprisingly worked well together.
Yeah.
That's the weird part, especially considering when you watch the movie Fusion Reborn, where it's like, well, it looks like my tyranny is known throughout the galaxy. Oh no, we fought before. Wait, how? Wait, no, you're that monkey's child. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Kamehameha. And he instantly murks Frieza.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like if Gohan instantly murks Frieza, it's like, is Frieza even that much of a threat anymore? Okay. But yeah, okay, so my likes. Earth Garon finally gets to shine. And like we finally find out that Gento is not as bad of a dad as he makes himself out to be. But the dude needs to get some sleep. As Leo would say back in 2019 or 2021, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Yep.
Go to sleep.
And I'm just thinking of that one episode of Dexter's Lab where he's trying to sleep and Dee Dee's like trying to make sure she does, but she keeps inadvertently waking him up.
Yeah.
So he goes to sleep in her room and then winds up keeping her up at night.
Yeah. Or that other time in what's it called? Ed, and Eddie, where Double D pulled an all-nighter and he's like, hey, I just like what just happened here. Dee Dee, Double D. It's like sleepy, 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 sleepy. Sleepy, 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 sleepy.
And he still won't fall asleep on Ed's bed no matter what.
Yeah. It's like that I'm dead tired, emphasis on dead, but I still have standards. But I love how there's that one time where Ed just like folds his mattress over such that his feet break through it, and that hole just stays for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at one point that snake even slithers into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I have to give this episode a 10 because one, hopefully this sets up for the next episode to reveal stuff about Emmy's dad, and two, Earth Garon finally gets to shine. But on the downside, the thing I said earlier also probably means the next episode probably won't be a Teraraki episode either. So, yeah, that's kind of concerning, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let me know what you guys think, ladies and gentlemen of the audience. Remember, if you comment live, we will display your comments. Triple X-Ray Z says, final UltraQuest of the year. Yep, we just got one batch of Kamen Rider build left to do, and then we're done for 2023. We're closing the book on that. Even Dragon Knight, we uploaded all 3 episodes onto our YouTube channel. It's the Tower of Terror. Yes. I mean, it's called the Towering Terror, so I can imagine. So glad that Earthy finally got a win. Yes. 10 out of 10 just because of Earthy.
There you go.
That's fair. Daddy wasn't there.
No.
Daddy was there to take me to the fair to change my underwear. Daddy wasn't there. Daddy wasn't there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, I gotta rewatch that movie just because of how funny it was. But yeah, that's episode 18 in a nutshell for you guys. If you enjoyed, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos. This upcoming week, 2 of our shows are going on hiatus for a week, so it's just gonna be Blazar and Build all the way through. Build and Blazar, just Build and Blazar. Build and Blazar,
yep.
Build and Blazar. Try saying that 10 times fast.
Also, next weekend is Anime Los Angeles over in Long Beach. So if you're over there, you'll probably see me there.
Yeah, be sure to say hi to that blue dinosaur guy. He'll be probably like doing some samba with a yellow revolver in his hand. I'm joking. You're probably going to be cool, Bar Krillin, aren't you?
Well, I'm doing Deca Blue. I'm doing Old Man Joseph.
Yeah. Oh,
bring up my Yakuza cosplay as well, and then who knows what else.
So you're like a dragon.
Yep. Yo, Kiryu-chan.
Yeah, and of course I got this guy with me next weekend, so like I won't be lonely just because I'm not at the convention. But yeah, it's just gonna be Build and Blazar next week. We are doing 3 episodes of Build 3 episodes of Blazar and maybe 2 batches of Build. I need to talk to Steve about that. We're definitely gonna do 1 for sure, but I don't know about the other. But our typical schedule is Blazar on Tuesday, Gotcha on Wednesday, King Oger on Thursday, more Blazar on Saturday because we're almost caught up, and then Build on Sunday. So be sure to check that out. Also, we just uploaded all 3 parts of our 3-part retrospective on Kamen Rider Dragon Knight all the way back from summer of 2020, back when Kamen Rider 01 was on hiatus for 6 weeks. So there's that. And yeah, that's pretty much it from that end. Check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we do movie reviews, video game news. We just finished Doctor Who month. And January, we're going to do all 4 Crow movies. That's right. Eric Draven, Ash Corbin, Alex Corvus, and Jimmy Cuervo. We're going to cover all 4 of those. I still can't believe one of them was played by Eddie Furlong.
Oh, wow. John Connor actually made one?
Yeah, John Connor was in the 4th one.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's that. And... yeah, and we can, and you can check out our personal content, Mr. Blue Dinosaur Guy. Where can the ladies and gentlemen find you?
You can find me over on Instagram at that Blue Dinosaur Guy.
And you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kawato and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKawato. If you're hearing a bunch of squeaking noises, that's because I have a kaiju right here in my house. and they really know how to have a ball when they are least needed to. But with that said, I'm gonna set up my Twitch channel, or rather reestablish my Twitch channel, so that we can do Battle Network in January. And with all that said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not going to be with us tomorrow for Kamen Rider Build, we will see you guys next year. So, but before that, make sure you stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, hug your loved ones, and please celebrate New Year's Eve responsibly so that we have a safe and healthy year to come. And thank you for all the love and support you've given us in the year of 2023. You might have noticed that compared to 2022, we have aggressively produced more content, and we do it because we love you guys, and we want to continue producing content for years to come, starting with the year of 2024. So until then, guys, Miguel, do you have anything you want to say before we close out?
Yep. So if Jackie Chan was to listen to the song Tom Sawyer for 60 minutes straight, that would be his rush hour.
Hi, Arutsucha, Naito. Have a good New Year's Eve, guys.
Yep.
Or rather,
Happy New Year, everybody.
Eve. Bye. See you next year.
Next year. Yep.